What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we are jumping back into Destiny 2 with the weekend news updates and roundups for Season of the Worthy. So, in this video we're going to speak about an upcoming exotic quest that we'll actually get next week. That's pretty unexpected, but also we have a secret room in the tower which is very cool, and that is going to be linked to the upcoming quest, so we'll touch on that and how the roadmap's going to sit for the next couple of weeks, but otherwise, folks are glitching into future bunkers early. We'll also talk about exotic quest glitches, the secret area in the Lighthouse, upcoming Guardian Games loot, new consumables, super glitches, and a bunch more in the video. So if you guys do enjoy this one, a rating down below really helps me out, but otherwise, let's get straight into it. Surprisingly enough, yesterday, we had a pop-up in-game, and a new exotic quest is coming next week at the reset. So Celestial Dreams shared a screenshot right here. I did see it in-game, but couldn't quite grab that screenshot, and some folks have said that this upcoming quest is going to be for the new machine gun. We do know about a hidden exotic machine gun, but for the moment, let's not be misled, because it would appear that this one is for the 4th Horseman. There are quest steps for this one, but also there is a really neat hidden area that's been found in the tower by JB3 and friends, so I'll link their video down below, and quick spoiler alert right here, but they shared a video of the inside of Zavala's office in the tower, and this features as part of the quest, and it's a pretty flush office, man, I gotta say. He's got the speaker's mask hidden away there, as well as the Taken King style sword model, and there are some interactables and lore things in there too. But importantly, there is also a crate with the missing 4th Horseman, which correlates to the other things we know about the quest. So, in terms of getting in, I think it was a network glitch or something that allowed JB3 to get in, and once again, I'll link their video below. But otherwise, we'll have to find our way in after reset, and then we have a few various different quest steps. So, as we've mentioned before, once we've been into the office, Zavala will send us off to see Anna Bray. She'll ask us to defeat Cabal and complete public events on Mars, as well as defeating Scions and looting Cabal chests. And then we'll be sent back to do some work for Banshee, who wants us to go into the European Dead Zone and defeat combatants, complete public events, and patrols. And that's going to be followed up potentially by some kind of a mission or final objective where we actually go and hunt down the weapon with coordinates. And so I'll be keeping you posted on that one next week. And it would also appear, considering 4th Horseman Catalyst has a perk, that we're going to get that one, and it adds an additional round to the magazine, as well as increasing reload speed for the weapon, requiring 400 enemies defeated in order to upgrade. So we'll see how that goes, but Zavala's office isn't the only space being broken into early, and you may have seen that many folks have been busting into the upcoming Moon and Io bunkers ahead of time. And so Set and Coops did post some clips here. Both of the bunkers are very similar to the European Dead Zone, and then of course they have their own inventories, but they don't unlock until the dates when the bunkers actually release on the roadmap. So apart from having a look around, there's not much more that you can do at the moment, although there does seem to be some kind of puzzle room hidden away in the Moon bunker, which folks have been trying to explore. So quite possibly there are going to be some secrets in these spaces as well. I'll link threads down below with tutorials on how you can glitch into those bunkers early if it's something you want to do. But finally, on the subject of exotics and quests, if you've never completed the Outbreak Prime mission or the Whisper of the Worm mission, at the moment it seems like damage is actually downscaled in both of the mission activities, which is making it much easier for players to jump in and solo them. So maybe if you only have a couple of players or you're a solo player, it could actually be a good time to jump in and try and get either of those missions completed. Moving on though, one of the big news points this week has of course been the launch of Trials of Osiris, and we spoke about that yesterday with a brief overview of the loot and how everything works. And yes, they probably should call it the Hardlight Trials at the moment. Hardlight is without a doubt the most popular weapons for Guardians to use, and it is very, very strong. So if you plan on jumping into Trials and you haven't played just yet, absolutely, it's something you should be ready for. But as a brief update, the Sparrow, which can drop from the Flawless chest randomly, is indeed dropping in the game, and it's a completely random drop, so you just have to keep going flawless and hope that you get lucky. Also, the Ghost Shell for Trials of Osiris is dropping randomly after match wins. And then from the Lighthouse chest you can get armor pieces. But yes, the armor is essentially flawless only by the looks of things. But on the subject of the glows for them, Cosmo said, I believe that they last 2 weeks, and it will slightly fade after the first week. That's definitely curious. Quick heads up though, you may have received an email from Bungie. Apparently, we're going to get a free loot package of upgrade modules. The email that I got said, as Trials of Osiris returns, we want to acknowledge your Trials of Osiris Flawless in Destiny 1. And then it says, an in-game upgrade module package will be at your postmaster next week. Folks that never went Flawless in D1 also have the email, but it just doesn't remark about anything in Destiny 1, and so it looks like we're all going to get a package of upgrade modules in the postmaster next week, unless of course there turns out to be more to it. If you haven't seen the Lighthouse in D2 though, of course it isn't actually the tower lighthouse that we had in Destiny 1. But you do notice immediately that Bungie have put that kind of hazy glow that Mercury had in D1 back into the Lighthouse in D2, as opposed to the really clean version of Mercury that we had in Curse of Osiris. Well, that's a random thing to point out, but I always thought it made Mercury look so much cooler. There are quite a few explorable areas inside of this new Lighthouse space. And if you drop off the side of the map behind Saint 14, you can actually land on some platforms down below. And kind of like in D1, there was a little hidden room with some Vex and stuff. There's also another little hidden room immediately under the spire itself, so if you do go there, definitely worth doing a little bit of exploring, but also there's some dialogue when you first arrive at the Lighthouse. I didn't play it in my video yesterday, so just in case any of you guys wanted to check it out, here it is.
This place is for fire teams to show skill, decisiveness, and command. The best fire teams. That means you. Congratulations. Your victories bear rewards. Go, take them. Use what you have learned. Fight your way to the top. And soon, I will see you here again and again. Those you have triumphed over will look to your example, your guidance, your hope. These will be precious tools in the trying times to come. Fight, win, and fight again. This is your duty.
Since we're now past the first week of the new season, let's take another quick look at the roadmap. Of course, Bungie didn't put any of the quests on the roadmap, but we now know that we're getting one on Tuesday at least. And considering there isn't any other specific content listed for Tuesday's reset, at least we now know what one of the beats is going to be. And then the following week, of course, is when we get access to the bunker on the moon, so we'll finally be able to get another one of the Seraph weapons. Looking forward into the season though, we're going to get Guardian Games. This is going to be a new event, and folks are starting to talk about triumphs that refer to Guardian Games. There are a bunch that you can see, but they actually seem to be merged with the Revelry triumphs, which is probably a bug, although maybe there could be some similarities. Then there is a separate tab with hidden Guardian Game triumphs, but then looking in collections, we also get confirmation that Guardian Games will come with its own set of armor or universal ornaments specifically, which is called the Competitive Spirit set. So it will be interesting to see what that'll be like. And then otherwise we've spotted cosmetics that we spoke about in a different video, like the Participation Trophy, Torchlight, and Represent emotes that have the Guardian Games icon on the side. And so a healthy dose of Eververse content can be expected alongside the event. But otherwise, in terms of armor and things that we can pick up this season, there is Iron Banner. And I don't believe Bungie had announced which armor sets we were going to get, but the reprises will continue, and it appears we'll get the Iron Remembrance set. And so this will be a 2.0 version of the armor that we had in the Forsaken era. And then separate to that, we should be able to pick up the new Ritual Bow for Iron Banner once it rolls around. There are some interesting new consumable items that are just worth pointing out, but they seem to specifically drop in Eververse, either via packages or maybe you can purchase them. So we have the Scavenger's Boon, a transmutation device with the ability to create planetary materials, and the effect will last for 4 hours, allowing combatants defeated with precision final blows to have a chance to drop planetary materials. There's also the Glimmer Shard. Defeated bosses have a chance to create a shower of glimmer, and that's an effect that lasts for 4 hours. But they're kind of listed as being in a bundle of other consumables listed as a starter kit for the season, so I'm not sure if we'll see them separately in the inventories. Gotta be honest, I don't pay a massive amount of attention to immediately what's in Eververse in the game, just worth pointing out that there are some new items there. Of course, this week, rather unfortunate, but the Raiju's Harness, new exotic for hunters, was actually disabled. And this was due to some glitches with infinite supers, but also refunded super energy. However, in the game, at the moment, Arcstrider subclasses appear to be bugged, and are randomly able to refund super energy when you're in a super. So essentially, if you pop your super and get killed, there is a decent chance that you could actually spawn with nearly a full super afterwards, which obviously isn't intended. And it's something that Bungie are currently looking into, obviously because it isn't something which can be reliably reproduced at the moment. They aren't kind of taking any further action, but now that more players are talking about this, there is potential that you could see more players running those kind of subclasses in Crucible, just on the off chance that you get those kind of benefits, right? And so bear that in mind as Bungie investigate. Now though, let's round up some updates about the game and bits of feedback that Bungie are talking about. So initially, Bungie Help said that they're investigating an issue where Faction Rally ornaments can no longer be applied to their respective class items. So looks like Faction Rally armor, class item ornaments are playing up. But there's also a problem where Ward of Dawn with Coda the Protector isn't generating 3 orbs of light on activation. We were playing Trials last night. My friend Firebolt ran bubble. I mean, we carried on using it regardless, but yeah, no orbs being generated at the moment. DMG said that Bungie are tracking and investigating a few different crashes and performance issues. Specifically on PC at the moment, a noticeable one is every time you quit the game, things can lock up and take a minute to actually shut down. But there are some other kind of freezes and things going on, so also be aware that Bungie are looking into some of the performance problems. And they've continued to say as well that they're going through feedback and looking at what people are saying about the new seasonal content. So DMG said, on the subject of Eververse cosmetics, where players were talking about 90% of cosmetic items being in Eververse, DMG replied that we're going through this feedback and feedback from a bunch of topics. There's no info to bring to the table at this time, but they'll be sure to let us know when there is. And there has been a lot of conversation once again about the new content. And again, it's a massive list of things, right? The amount of new weapons we get, the way the Seraph bunkers work, the grind with bounties, the repetitive power grind and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of relevant feedback, and for me personally, I'm probably going to see how things go over the next week of this new season. Check out the exotic quests, see another weekly reset, and we'll definitely discuss seasons and Season of the Worthy in a video shortly. But finally, for known issues, there is a bit of a list and it's worth checking out if you're having any problems, but players who use Bright Dust to purchase the painted eye shell have been receiving the beautiful Gravetide's ship instead. That's not very good, is it? But they're looking into crash issues on PlayStation 4, blacked out emblems, players not receiving rewards from Garden of Salvation encounter chests, not getting progress on Crucible and Iron Banner quests and bounties, the issues with Faction Rally ornaments, the Virtuous Greaves Titan ornaments, but then for Devil's Ruin, sometimes it won't fire correctly after a super has been used. The Dune Marcher's Linear Actuators perk will not activate after being triggered on yellow bar enemies. If Phoenix Cradle Boots are equipped, the Sun Warrior buff doesn't work with sunspots from enemy kills. And then still we have the issue with Polaris Lance, where the 5th shot explosion cancels on continuous fire, so both in terms of brand new seasonal bugs and issues, and longer running problems, Bungie are continuing to investigate. So guys, for today that's everything we have to round up though. As always, I will keep you posted with more Destiny content here on the channel, and so if you have enjoyed the video, feel free to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so I can keep you up to date. But if you have enjoyed this one, a rating down below is very much appreciated, guys. Also give us any of your thoughts on the new season, trials, rewards, upcoming secrets, roadmap stuff, or anything else in the comment section down below. But for now, thank you for tuning in, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.